this is Ryan with the Lingosaurus training team, and in this video we're going to do a quick overview of Google reviews from the dashboard view. So from the dashboard view, you're going to scroll down to Google reviews, and this section right here, this is your current average star rating since all of the Google My Business accounts have been active on Google. It takes all the reviews and gives you your average star rating. You can't really get this on Google, so Lingosaurus does this and kind of extrapolates all that information, puts it together, and gives you a solid average. This is your real average overall Google review star rating of either one or all the locations that you have filtered above. This is the total number of reviews that all of your locations have received, again, since these accounts have been created. Then you have the total number of views with comments. And so this is really good because some people think that customers just give you bad reviews, and not a lot of customers give you good reviews, and they don't even want to, tell you or give you any kind of feedback. This is really helpful because in this example of over almost 12,000 reviews, you can see that 58.97%, almost 60% of all these reviews, these customers have given us feedback. They've given us some comments that are helping us learn how to improve. Either it's basically a thanks, or they're telling us very specific things that we need to fix, and then we can address those in our operations and ultimately give a better service. Then here's your basically the opposite. So it takes this number. These are the ones with comments. These are the remaining without comments. And then you have your date range average rating. So based on your date range selection that you have up above, up here, this is your star rating based on that date range selection. It's kind of a best practice, and we get this feedback from a lot of Lingosaurus users that you are always trying to have this number beat your overall average, which means that you're working towards bringing your overall average up. Your date range number of views, so you can see in this example we have 57 during the date range. And then we have the date range number of views with comments. So very similar stats to here, but this is just for your date range. So this is your date range section here. And you can see comparing to out of all time, a little bit lower percentage are actually leaving comments. And this is just good feedback to kind of see how your stats are trending. Then scrolling down below, this is your date range reviews by star rating, and then these are your overall reviews by star rating. So this kind of gives you sort of a little graphical representation of basically where your reviews are coming from. Again, a lot of people have this preconceived notion that customers or just people in general always want to complain, and that's not necessarily true. That's why this is good to evaluate and share the good feedback with your team so they know what they're doing that's being appreciated, and it's working, and it can help empower team members. That's just a lot of the feedback we get from a lot of users, is that they want to make sure as many people as possible are getting this great feedback to kind of self-motivate them to kind of keep working towards earning more 5 stars. Then this gives you sort of a breakdown if you want some additional analytics as far as what percentage of your reviews are 5, 4, 3, 2s, and 1s. And then it breaks it down even more by comments. And you will see, we see this a lot, that you'll notice that a lot of people that do give, let's just say negative reviews or 1-star reviews, the high percentage of them are going to give you some feedback. So it's really valuable. We get this back from this feedback a lot from Lingosaurus users, that this is very critical information that lets you know specifically, for the most part, what customers are thinking. And it's just a great opportunity to know what needs to be addressed or fixed to hopefully turn these people into 1-star review reviewers. And so here again, this is all your reviews since the beginning of time, and this is your date range selection here. And then taking this exact same information as far as your reviews, scrolling down below, you have your average reply time on all reviews. And so it's not just important to get the reviews, it's good to reply to them. We had a lot of, in this account here, there was a lot of locations that did not or were not actively replying to reviews until they jumped on and were using Lingosaurus. And you can see here that it was taking 243 days on average. So you can see there was a lot of reviews that took a long time to finally get replied to, but then once they started using Linkosaurus, that was sped up dramatically. Here's a case in point. During this date selection here, which is, let's just say, the last 7 days, you can see that these 57 reviews were replied to with an average reply time of just 10 hours. And this kind of gives you a breakdown of reply time on new and edited. So if there are edited reviews, they go in this as well. And so you have a 6-day, 6-hour time slot in 39 minutes. So you basically have days, hours, and then you have minutes. So days, hours, and minutes. And then going back up, you have number of views with and without comments. Number of views that have been replied to. So if this number is 0, that just lets you know that every single review that you have in your system has been replied to. So that's always sort of a best practice to try to keep this number 0 as often as possible. If by chance you do have reviews kind of waiting for a reply, this will give you your oldest reviewed waiting for a reply. If by chance, let's say you had 2 reviews that were 1 stars, and let's say one was 10 days old and then one was 4 hours old, it's going to list the 10-hour old here. So you know this is really important, and this is how long it's been waiting. If you have edited reviews where a customer has gone in and given you, let's say, a 1 star, and then after you addressed it, they went back and were pleasantly surprised, and they went back and gave you a 5 star, this is tracking the number of reviews that have been changed to. So it's always sort of a best practice to have a high number here in the 5-star category, which means that a lot of customers decided that you took advantage of the opportunity that they gave you by giving you, let's just say, a negative review. You reached out to them, somehow you were able to fix their concern, and they went back and resolved this and gave you a 5 star. So this is always sort of a best practice. You want this number to be the highest of all of these. And then this is the exact same information here for your date range selected. So you can see in this example, over the last 7 days, 2 customers have gone back in and edited the reviews up to 5 stars. If you have any questions on how all this works, or you need additional support, you can go to your profile and click support, and a Linkosaurus team member will be there to assist. And as always, link and soar with us.